right, here we go. Thanks everybody for joining the broadcast. The 4th, Susie on Sunday. We are joined tonight by the Lead Center for Performing Arts in Lincoln, Nebraska, which sponsored the 2013 Hayseed recording of songs about farms, farmers, and the people who love them. I grew up on a working farm in eastern Iowa, Delaware County, Prairie Township, Section 14 to be exact. We are joined also by the Food Bank of Lincoln. Thank you to them. And thanks for what they do for growers and farmers in eastern Nebraska and the community of Lincoln. Food banks especially important right now. Here's a song for all of my fellow farm kids out there. A song called The Revenge of Kevin Oberbreckley. All the city kids, they had it better than us. They got to go have fun the minute school was done. They didn't ride the bus. All the city kids, they had brand new Schwinn's. Ours had rusty tires held together with pliers and some cotter pins. All the city kids, they never did no chores. We were baling hay, milking twice a day. They were making s'mores. All the city kids. All the city kids. All the city kids. All the city kids. They had their own TVs. Had carpet on the stairs. They had beanbag chairs. They kept diaries. All the city kids, they had fluffy little dogs. A dog that sits and begs, a dog with all 4 legs, didn't smell like hogs. All the city kids had fancy clothes. All the city kids looked down their nose back then. But that was way back when. Now all the city kids, they have become adults. They want to be someone. They want to get things done. They want to get results. They want organic fruit. They want organic meat. Come to the city park. It's called the Farmer's Market, and it fills the street. And our food is good, but our price is steep. It takes them by surprise. I see them blink their eyes. I see them nearly weep. But we were just 4-H. We were the FFA. High time they learned how the tables turn. Now they're gonna pay. All the city kids, all the city kids. Yeah, city kids. You know who you are. You know which one you were. City kid or a farm kid. You know. You already know. You know. You know, if you had a ski jacket, you were a city kid. That's all there is to say. If you had a ski jacket, that was you. This reminds me of my Eau Claire, Wisconsin cousins. Yes, everyone has cousins in Eau Claire. Massachusetts, Pamela Leon. Hi. Hi, Julia Wasilko. Tamara McFarland. Thanks. Thanks, Texas, for tuning in. So again, these are songs tonight from a project called Hayseed. Songs about farms, farmers, and the people who love them. Here's a song that's a tribute to my farming forefathers. Some of who farmed, well, my father with an Oliver, and Alice Chalmers, Minneapolis Moline, And they had a blue Ford for a while. My grandfather, my mother's father, had a farmall with a long drive, long steering shaft. Long. My dad had 2 different Olivers. They used to farm with horses. In the old days, la 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 la. Here's a song for all of you who are gardening, who are planting, who are farming. What a beautiful time of year this is. What a blessing this spring is. Now. The moon is going to work. He is hitching up his horses. And his favorite team, of course, is big old Jupiter and Mars. The moon is going to work. And his plow blade is a crescent. And the evening is warm and pleasant. It is time to plant the stars. He will turn the rich dark earth of night. He will scatter sparkling seeds of light. And they will grow until they glow, and that the cities all will come to claim them. Who can blame them? So make a wish on one before they disappear. The moon is going to work, and you can hear him if you're listening. There's a little tune he's whistling. It is time to plant the stars. Time to plant the stars. He will fill the acres of the sky, working westward as the night goes by. Till they're done and day's begun, and that the stars soak up the sun like flowers through the daylight hours, and then they'll blossom in the night before our eyes. The moon is going to work, and with diligence and patience he grows the mighty constellations. It is time to plant the stars. It is time to plant the stars. It is time to plant the stars. Yeah, 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 yeah. In the big night sky, the big farm of the great night sky, the great dark earth, the great night sky. La la la, la la la, la. Plant the Stars from Susan Warner's 2013 release. Hayseed Songs about farms, farmers, and the people who love them. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining this evening's broadcast. And we apologize for our earlier technical difficulties. Another song on the topic of farms and farmers. This song. Some of you might sing along with this one. He wore a straw hat on his head and a tomcat in his smile. I told him he should understand this before he walked me down the aisle. You can have the money from the oats, the money from the cows, the money from the goats, and the money from the sow. But don't you ever touch the egg money. That's crossing the line. Don't you ever touch the egg money. The egg money is mine. We had 7 good years. Then the trouble all began. First he started dipping at the gin. Then he started seeing Mary Ann. Then he started gambling dice, lost the horses and the plow. I felt behind the stove, there was nothing there now. He had taken all the egg money. That's crossing the line. Don't you ever touch the egg money. The egg money is mine. Leaving would have been the thing to do, but no one left in 1922. So the angel that I am poured the coffee in his cup, served his toast with butter and jam, and the eggs were sunny side up, and the eggs were maybe too old, and the eggs had maybe gone bad. 3 days and the body went cold. Doctor said it's terribly sad. Sing it, girls. Don't you ever touch the egg money. That's crossing the line. That's crossing the line. Don't you ever touch the egg money. The egg money, one more time. Don't you ever touch the egg money. That's crossing the line. That's crossing the line. Don't you ever touch the egg money. The egg money is mine. Egg Money from Susan Warner's 2013 release. Hayseed Songs about farms, farmers, and people who love them. Yes, the egg money is mine. Don't touch it. What was the egg money? Some of our viewers surely know what was the egg money. What is the egg money? Maybe now in some families. But egg money in my family, my mother, my grandmother's families, what was it? The egg money was the money the woman made from the poultry operation. And she got to keep that within a farmer operation. That money of all of the operation, grain, livestock, all of it, the egg money was her money. And don't touch the egg money or things may end badly for you. And speaking of poultry, this week in the Daily Mail of London, may I share with you? Here it is, an article that says, Americans are stress buying chicks. Orders of baby chickens double as families want a steady supply of eggs and a new hobby during coronavirus lockdown. Daily Mail of London says, although chicken hatcheries are traditionally busiest in the period leading up to Easter, chicken hatcheries are now reporting that they're sold out of chicks for at least a month.
while feed stores have had lines form before opening as people desperately try to get their hands on the chicks as soon as they hit the shelves. Vice President of Murray McMurray Hatchery of Webster City, Iowa said, "People are panic buying chickens like they did toilet paper." Online chicken rearing forums have seen people seeking out advice, as one woman did after her chicks started dying because she didn't know she needed to provide them with a heat source until their feathers grew in, according to the newspaper. Oh my God. Look, people, you should really just call my folks, honestly, right? You could have called me on that. I knew that one. Yep. So good luck to all of you who are picking up an urban poultry operation during this time, and certainly you're home with the chicks more. But yes, you do have to provide heat. Oh yeah, let's do another song from Hayseed Songs about farms, farmers, and the people who love them. Here's a song I wrote when I was living in Chicago, and I would go home to Iowa. I would go home to Iowa on, pardon me, Kennedy Expressway. Right about the time I got past Elgin, just before the Belvedere Oasis, I started to feel better. Hey, yeah, hi Molly Chantal. Which chickens are easiest to make into chicken tenders? All of them. Chicken feather can be repurposed as washable wipes, says Julie Fellum. What? No way. Really? I brought baby chicks into my kindergarten classroom, says Jackie Larson. Not. And one of my kids accidentally sat on one and it died. We learned about subtraction that day. Okay, you gotta love Minnesota humor. Thank you, Jackie Larson. Not Jackie Larson, not of Minneapolis. Yeah. I didn't know how to tell you, darling. I didn't know how to find the words. Oh, but it's been about 100 years now since I've woken up and heard the birds. I've had enough of the concrete jungle, had enough of the glass and steel. I need a little bit of weeds and thistles. I need a little bit of something real. Bye bye skyline, disappearing in the rearview mirror. Hello sunshine, and the air is getting clearer. Love you, honey, but I hope you understand. I just gotta get back to the land. Get back to the land. Yeah. I grew up on the open prairie, sky above, soil underneath, alfalfa between my toes, a blade of oat straw between my teeth. Yes, I've always been a little bit backwards, and I do just the best I can. But I was raised in a barn, my darling. I was born with a farmer's tale. Bye-bye skyline, disappearing in the rearview mirror. Hello sunshine, and the air is getting clearer. Love you, honey, but I hope you understand. Yeah, I just gotta get back to the land. And hell, if I know what it means, might not mean a hill of beans, but I do know what beans mean. They mean about $12 a bushel. Corn will get you 6. I gotta go get my fix, honey. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, bye, bye. Yeah. And I know, because I looked on the internet, that beans are 8.5 a bushel right now. Corn is 3.5 a bushel right now. It's a Friday, but that could change as of tomorrow. It always does. Bye-bye, skyline. I leave the city and the clouds behind me. Hello, sunshine. Yes, I'm going where the sun can find me. Love you, honey, and I know you know me well. And this time round I might be gone a spell. And if I never return, well, sweetheart, it's been swell. But I gotta get back. I gotta get back. I gotta get back to the land. Get back. Get back, or get back to where you once belonged. Sing it. Oh, get back, or get back, or get back to where you once belonged. Say it. Oh, get back, or get back, or get back to where you once belonged. Get back, a honky cat, get back, honky cat, get Back to the Land from Susan Werner's 2013 recording, Hayseed Songs about farms, farmers and the people who love them. That song called Back to the Land. And here's to all of you who are getting back to the land right about now. This is a great time to get back to the land. Yeah, you know, gardening, farming, all of that. Flowers don't read the news. Beans and corn on their own timeline, right? So here's to all of you who are indulging in a very healthy, I think, practice of planting something right about now. Again, these are songs from the project Hayseed, songs I wrote, commissioned by the Lead Center for Performing Arts in Lincoln, Nebraska. And tonight, a portion of the proceeds of our program and your giving will go to the Food Bank of Lincoln in support of their support of growers and farmers in eastern Nebraska and of the Lincoln community of food insecurity. And so thanks to everybody out there in Lincoln and across Nebraska, from Nebraska City to Scottsbluff, from McCook to Beatrice. I do love me some Nebraska. Nebraska has been very kind to me. Here's a song that was written in Nebraska. I did 2 tours, sponsored by the Lead Center, of Arts Across Nebraska. We did a show, and hi to Trina Hamlin, my wonderful, phenomenal, talented friend and harmonica player, who went with me on these tours. Also Natalia Zuckerman, who went with me, played bass and lap steel. Here's a song written. Hi, Bill. You're welcome, Bill, Stefan. Thank you. Hi, Keisha. So we did a show in McCook, Nebraska for elementary school kids. And the Lead Center, because they're so smart, they do evaluations afterwards with participants and they learn from it. They're so smart with metrics, interaction, impact. Anyway, they received evaluations back, and one little girl named Elizabeth wrote in cursive, Elizabeth, and a heart for the I, right? E-L-I, heart for the I, Elizabeth. And she wrote, Susan Werner, thank you for coming to this waste of cornfields. So this is for that kid in McCook. I think it's in this key. Here we go. Sorry. Listen to me, kid. Listen to me good. It's in this one. Listen to me, kid. Listen to me good. Let me make myself understood. You say you're restless here amidst the miles of corn, in this great state where you were born. Well, don't do like I did and get a great big hat and go taking this all for granted. Listen to me, kid, there's something to be said for blooming where you are planted. I recognize that look, that little look in your eye. Afraid the world's going to pass you by. You dream of Paris and Rome, places you haven't seen yet. Well, that's why God made the internet. Oh, don't do like I did and get a great big head and go taking this all for granted. Listen to me, kid, there's something to be said for blooming where you are planted. There's something to be said for wide open space where you can see the sun rise and feel the wind in your face. There's something to be said for working out in the fields and certain satisfactions only time reveals. There's something to be said for keeping lifelong friends and for starry nights out way beyond where the highway ends. But you don't want advice, you're gonna do what you do. You might leave, same as I did too. You might have regrets, or you might have none. Or like me, you might have just this one. Or don't do like I did and get a great big head and get all cynically disenchanted. Oh, listen to me, kid, there's something to be said for blooming where you are, where the people you knew are, where the fortunate few are planted. Something to be said for blooming where you are, where the people you knew are. A phrase that my mother often says, bloom where you are planted. Well, I'm trying. I'm in Philadelphia at the moment. I'm trying to bloom. And here's to all of you joining us from across the country and the world. Some of you from overseas. Appreciate you tuning in. And thanks for joining this Susie on Sundays presentation. Do a song now very much for our friends in Nebraska, and a song that, came about in Nebraska. And this song came about after dining at a steakhouse in Grand Island, Nebraska. And the server came and she said, how would you like your steak? And, it had potato, and then it was going to come with a salad, of course, because a meal, as some of you know, it's not a meal if it doesn't have a potato, and you have to have the steak and the potato. Then you have a meal, and if you have a meal, you pray. Okay, long story. You don't have a potato, you don't have to stop and pray. Okay, these are the rules, anyway, in my family. Anyway, but I'm an agnostic. We'll cover that next week in the Easter program. Join us next Sunday for the gospel truth. But for today, so the server comes and she says, well, what kind of dressing would you like on your salad? And I said, what do you got? And she listed off a bunch of dressings, and I didn't really, recognize one of them. And I said, what's the last one? And she said, a woman's name, 2 words. And I thought, who was that? And how did she get a dressing? And somebody said, let's look on the internet. I said, no. As Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than intelligence. And I just like to say that because I like to say I and Albert Einstein in the same sentence. But so here's the backstory. She was tangy, she was saucy, was the kind of girl they used to call a Flossie. She was slippery, she was liquid, had a little knife that she was very quick with. She was cutesy, she was coddled, had a temper that was potent when unbottled. Sweet as sugar at the start, then she'd stab you in the heart. She's Nebraska's little tart, Dorothy Lynch. She was ruthless, never rested. At her restaurants she was very much requested. Though to murder she was able, you would never know it at the dinner table. As a lover kept you guessing, she might creep right up and kill you as you're dressing. And her hair was fiery red, she was crazy in the head, oh, but she was good in bed, Dorothy Lynch. Yes, and even though her daddy called her Dot, warm and fuzzy, cuddly, wuddly she was not. She was jealous as a jealous girl can get of her much more famous sister, Vinaigrette. She never let up, never tired, right until the day that her shelf life expired. She was 90 when she kicked off. Hard to know how many Cornhuskers she picked off. So be careful, fears are valid when you're choosing what to pour over your salad. Thousand Island or blue cheese, ranch or honey mustard, please. Deadliest of all of these, Dorothy Lynch. Dorothy Lynch, the mysterious salad dressing enjoyed by a higher per capita average of residents of the state of Nebraska and Wyoming. And I met a guy at a show once in Nebraska who said, I knew Dorothy Lynch. I said, what? He said, I did. I went to University of Nebraska with Dorothy Lynch. I think he was just making crap up. I do. I think he was just making it up. So a few more songs for you this evening. A song that is going to be on, I think, the next project. And this song was written on an Arts Across Nebraska tour. And there are 2 pieces to it. One is that every hotel we stayed at, in every town on these Arts Across Nebraska tours. This must have been the second one, I think. But we were in like Hastings, Holdridge. But in every hotel at night, I would hear a train go by. Nebraska has a lot of trains. Not news to you, maybe, but Nebraska has a lot of trains, which maybe is why Warren Buffett invested in trains, because he knows trains carry a lot efficiently. That was item 1. Item 2 was I began working on this song as we were driving around. I was humming it in my head. And we went out to Chimney Rock. I remember Trina and Natalia and I walking out towards Chimney Rock, which is out in Morrill County, way west out by Scottsbluff. It's a big formation, and it was mentioned in a lot of journals of travelers as they did, like the Mormon Trail and went west, other trails across the country during the Great Migration. Am I right? No, something. It's called something else. I know you'll help me in the comments. So we got back from Chimney Rock, and there was a bird singing. And I knew I needed a bird in the song. And sure enough, it was a meadowlark. And they go, and then they make a noise like a fax machine. And I needed a bird in the song. And sure enough, the meadowlark turned out to be the state bird of Nebraska. I couldn't believe it. Oh, Nebraska, how I love you. How I love your windswept skies and your prairies, winding rivers, and the western hills that rise high above the plain. Somewhere in the distance I can hear a train singing, oh, Nebraska, my true love, I am never leaving you again. Land of kindness, land of plenty, land of peaceful dreams at night, stars that fill the dark. I can hear the calling of a meadowlark singing, oh, Nebraska, my true love, I am never leaving you till the day my days are through. I am never leaving you again. La 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 la. Oh, Nebraska, how I love you. Well, we'll close tonight, yeah, we'll close tonight. Yeah, we'll close tonight with this final number written by John Martin Summers in 1974. Some of you will know this song. And yeah, we'll have a little sing-along here to close it up. Thanks, everybody, for joining this evening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again to our friends at the Lead Center for Performing Arts in Lincoln, Nebraska. Thanks to the Food Bank of Lincoln for what you do for everyone in eastern Nebraska. Thanks to all of you across the state of Nebraska who joined me tonight. Thanks to Kelly Lynn Knott, my digital coordinator out in Hawaii. Join us next week at Facebook Live when we'll do the gospel truth for Easter. Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can. What is it? It's early to rise, early in the... Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on a farm. My days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Sing it! Oh, well, I got me a fine wife. I got me a fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on my griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sun's setting low, I pull out my fiddle and I rosin up the bow. The kids are asleep, so I keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. So I fiddle when I can and I work when I should. Wait, what happened? Oh, I wouldn't trade. Wait. Oh, I wouldn't trade my life for diamonds or jewels. I never was one of them money-hungry fools. I'd rather have my fiddle and my farming tools. Oh, thank God I'm a country boy. Okay, you fill in the blank. Here we go. Oh, a lot of sad city folk driving in a black. A lot of sad people thinking that's a mighty. Son, let me tell you now exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife. I got me an old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on my griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, my fiddle was my daddy's till the day he died. He took me by the hand, held me close to his side. He said, live a good life and play my fiddle with pride. Thank God you're a country boy. My daddy taught me young how to hunt and how to whittle. Taught me how to work and play a tune on the fiddle. Wait a minute, I just want to stop for a minute, okay? First of all, my dad and mom did not have a fiddle in the house. My father never taught me how to play fiddle, okay? I love you, Dad, but you didn't teach me how to play fiddle. I mean, and it wasn't like, Pincus Zuckerman was coming out there to Dyersville, Iowa, okay? He just wasn't. Fiddle, there was no fiddle as part of my story, okay? All right, we covered that, right? He taught me how to love and how to give just a little. Thank God I'm a country boy. Sing it. Well, I got me a fine wife. I got me a fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on my griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country girl. Yeah, I do love the country world. Yes, I do. Thank God. Thank God, everybody. Thank you for joining the show tonight. We'll see you next week for the gospel truth. And I'll play you out with the Nebraska fight song in the hopes that Nebraska does play Iowa on November 14th, I believe, in Iowa City this year. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to the Bagby family, the Boring family also. Yes, that's really what I am. The Borings from Lincoln, Nebraska. We'll all stick together in all kinds of weather for dear old Nebraska. Let's all stick together through this weather. Through this weather. See you next week. Be well, stay well.